Guys, and thanks for joining me for this evening's broadcast of Tika's Tech Talk. I wanted to just quickly do a product review. I am actually going to be reviewing a case for my iPhone 4, which is not new, but I was in the market for a new case. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I picked up and then go back and kind of review a case that's been around for a long time, just to kind of give you my take on it. So in my last video, I did review this case, which is the Incipio Micro Texture Touch, I think is what the name of it is. But it is a cool case, guys. Check this out. It's at Walmart. It was maybe like 15 bucks, but by far and large, one of my favorite silicone cases that I've ever purchased. You hear the little, I love that. So that helps you to get a nice grip on your phone. And I also love the little cutouts. It kind of closes in a little bit of that glass, which is so very scary on the iPhones. So we're going to pop that off. Going to pop off this case, and here's the naked phone. And we're going to look at a tried and true case that's been tested and reviewed probably a million times. And I know what you're thinking. Why are we looking at another review for dun, 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 the Otterbox Defender? I've owned Otterbox cases over the years. Prior to my iPhone, I was using a Droid X, which is a really large phone. I still have it. In fact, love the phone, by the way. But yeah, so I'm going to talk a little bit about this. We'll do a quick unboxing and kind of give you my thoughts on it. Of course, you've seen the box. Nice and large Otterbox box. And open it up. Very little packaging on these. They've gotten much more efficient over the years. If you look on the inside of the case, you can kind of see those instructions, and they're just built into the case. And here is the actual phone case itself, and I apologize for that nice little glare. Let's pop it off of the back of this, and it just comes right off. And this is the Otterbox Defender. As you can see, it's a nice clip that's on here first. And then this is the actual case. Okay? Yeah, this is the actual case. And the case is made up of a couple of parts, and we'll talk about that. So the first layer that you saw was this, which is the phone clip. And it is very, very important. It's a very sturdy phone clip at that. Very important. We'll come back to that. But let's look at the actual case. First, I want to talk a little bit about the thickness. I know everyone gets really nervous about making the iPhone any thicker than it has to be, right? Well, this case does add a little bit of thickness to the phone. And I'll try to demonstrate that for you a little bit here. So the phone is sitting on top. You can kind of see that this case kind of almost doubles the actual thickness of the phone. You go from about here to a little bit thicker, right? But let's talk about why. So I'll take off this first layer, drop the phone, the first layer of the case, which is a nice silicone. And let's see if we can kind of get it started coming off here. I'm just peeling off the silicone, guys. Nothing you haven't seen before, right? Right. So here's the exoskeleton. I'm sorry, not the exoskeleton. This is the outside. But this is really the interior, or the bones of this case. Pops open in about 3 spots. A lot of folks complain about getting into these things, and I'm usually pretty good at getting it open, but because I'm recording, it's not going to be as easy, right? All right, so there we go. 2 pieces here. The really cool thing I think about this case is this here, which is a nice felt lining. And then you have the built-in screen protector, as well as the built-in logo protector there. Oh, and yeah, there are no screens or anything on the camera up at the top. So let's get started on how to just put it in. I'm just going to kind of wipe my phone a little here, which looks pretty good. I'm not going to take the phone, the protector off of it, but you just pop it in here. So here's that first piece. Put it in, and it just kind of clips into place there. And then you're going to want to put this back piece, line it up on the bottom, and just clip, and it clips in 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. And I didn't hear a third clip, but I know that it is clipped in place pretty securely, right? So once you have this, basically then, my phone is ringing. It's my boyfriend. I'll call you back. All right. Once you have this, you're going to go ahead and put the rest of it on. And to do so, you just slip it in here, around, keep going around, and then you just work it over all of the actual buttons and stuff. You see? Not too difficult of a case to get on. Really, I haven't found a case yet that I would really call difficult to install, but this one just takes a little work. Obviously more work than something like this, which is my new favorite case. Okay, so we've worked on the sides. You just kind of keep tucking it in on all the sides. Tuck, 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 goose. All right, and that's just about it. A few more here. And the final piece goes across the top. There's a little flap at the bottom, and I'll talk about this flap. Actually, I'll talk about it now. So you can see this is what it looks like installed on the phone. Still have access to all your buttons. Everything still works just fine. Let's get rid of that. That's one of my videos. Everything works basically just fine. From here, you have full access to everything with the added convenience of a nice built-in screen protector. Everything still moves very fluidly. Pretty good stuff, right? Pretty good. I mean, you really can't complain much about this case. It does add a little bit of weight, but for many of us women, we typically throw the phones in our purses, you know, things like that. It's not really very friendly in terms of sliding in your pocket because the grip has a nice grip, kind of like this case, which I keep referencing. Kind of like this case with the grippy. This one also has that same grippy texture on the back. The ports all have covers on them, which is nice, which is also in contrast to cases like these. The microphone is exposed, which is nice. That second mic, open it up and you have access to your headphone jacks. I'm going to push that back in, or attempt to. Okay. And then on the back, on the bottom, I'm sorry, you have another little flap here, and this covers the microphones, not the microphone, the, those aren't microphones, crazy lady. These are the speakers. Covers the speakers as well as the charging port. Now, if I had to have a least favorite part of this case, can I be honest with you? This is it. This thing never stays closed. You have to take it off when you're charging at night. You have to take this piece up. And I found it to just be difficult to get it to secure. I don't know if it's just my case. I've actually, being the techie that I am, I did write into Otterbox to ask about that. And I'm just kind of thinking I may have a defective case. Because even with that, pressing it down, it's still not quite there. Yeah, so that would be the main drawback, probably the first drawback for me. And even now, as I'm trying to show it to you guys, it just, okay, there we go. So it's on now, but that's just way too difficult to close the bottom of your phone, okay? Needless to say, here's the clip. The clip can work either way. You can go this way with it, drop the phone in, which from what I understand, this is a much nicer clip than what they had on the 3G, because that clip was not very user-friendly. This one really is. Once you have it in here, you can turn it. I like that feature because then you can kick this back, have a nice kind of kickstand for your phone. I tend to do it this way when I'm at work and use my phone that way. Pull it back. Whoop. I always feel like I'm going to break it. Ouch. Not going to break the phone. I'm going to break my fingernail. That's okay. Anyway, you can go in or out with these things and still have full access to everything that you need. And I mean, that's essentially it. Again, this is a much heavier, heavy-duty type of case. If you're looking for something simple, just that gives you minimal protection, I would even say this is a little bit better than minimal protection. When I think minimal, I'm thinking more like screen protectors, but this case actually gives us a little more than that, and I really like it. So if you're looking for something like with a little bit more protection, this may be a great case to check out. And this is the Incipio here. Okay. So that's the Incipio. I have other cases I'll jump back on and review that have been sent to me. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully you like this. If you're looking for something durable, something that you can just pop into your purse, not have to worry about it, you have full access to everything you need, this is definitely a great place to start. Alright guys, so that's it for today with Tika's Tech Talk. I'm sure I will be back with more videos very soon. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully you have too. And I will see you next time. Bye.